Hey there, little paws and curious minds. Meet Whiskers, the most ambitious cat you'll ever meet. He's on a mission to find the perfect job, but as you'll see, he's about to discover that sometimes the best job is the one that involves naps, cuddles, and plenty of treats. So, get ready for a positively hilarious adventure. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you can join Whiskers in all his funny and heartwarming adventures. Whiskers the Ambitious Cat, a positively hilarious journey. Whiskers, a curious and ambitious cat, woke up one bright morning with a thought, why can't I have a job like the humans? He lay in his comfy bed, pondering the idea of a job, something that wasn't just about napping, eating, and chasing the occasional laser pointer. Determined to do something more with his time, Whiskers padded over to the computer, awkwardly tapping the keys with his fluffy paws. He was trying to search for best jobs for cats. The keys clicked under his paws, and after a few failed attempts, he managed to pull up a list of possibilities. The results were a bit disappointing. There were no real jobs for cats, just things like professional napper and laser pointer chaser. Whiskers grinned. Those were skills he was already great at. But he wanted more. He was determined to find the perfect job that would let him show off his unique talents. After a few hours of scrolling through various job listings, Whiskers finally decided to take matters into his own paws. He crafted a resume. Under skills, he proudly listed expert napper and laser pointer chaser. He also mentioned that he was excellent at purring for relaxation and chasing shadows. Once his resume was ready, Whiskers sent it to a few job listings, including professional pet model, corporate office manager, and even executive lap warmer. He felt confident his resume would stand out. After all, he was Whiskers, the most talented cat in the world. A few days later, to his delight, Whiskers received an email. The subject read, "Interview invitation." The email was from a nearby office. The humans there were intrigued by his resume and wanted to meet him. Whiskers was beyond excited. He couldn't wait to show off his skills. On the day of the interview, Whiskers arrived at the office, all paws in motion. He had even put on a tie, a small red scarf that made him look quite professional. The recruiter at the office raised an eyebrow when she saw him. We were expecting a person," she said, looking confused. Whiskers, undeterred, gave a polite paw shake, but it mostly resembled licking his paw and offering it awkwardly. He was a bit nervous but determined to make the best impression. The recruiter hesitated before offering him a seat. Whiskers settled down in the chair, ready to shine. During the interview, Whiskers tried to explain his skills. Unfortunately, his responses came out as a series of meows, mixed with some enthusiastic paw swipes at the pen on the desk. He had no words, but his actions spoke volumes. The recruiter, unsure of how to respond, gave him a hesitant smile and said, "Maybe try something more pet-centric?" Whiskers' ears drooped a little, but he wasn't giving up. He flicked his tail in frustration as he left the office. There must be a better job out there, he thought. His next gig was a freelance position as a couch warmer. The job sounded perfect. All he had to do was lie on the couch all day, keeping it warm. He was paid in a gift card to a pet store. Whiskers thought that was a pretty good deal, until he tried to use the gift card. At the pet store, the cashier stared at him in confusion. "Sorry, we don't accept gift cards from cats," the cashier said, shaking his head. Whiskers blinked in surprise. How could they not accept his gift card? It had couch warmer written all over it. Feeling a bit defeated, Whiskers headed over to his friend Fluffy, a Persian cat with a flair for organization. Whiskers told Fluffy about the gift card incident, and Fluffy gave him a knowing look. "You need to brush up on your negotiation skills," Fluffy said with a flick of her luxurious tail. Inspired by Fluffy's advice, Whiskers decided to try his paw at something new, being a professional laser pointer chaser. The idea sounded fun and exciting. He signed up for an online course titled Advanced Laser Chase Techniques and couldn't wait to start. Whiskers practiced chasing the red dot around the living room, pouncing and leaping, but the laser never seemed to stay still. He spent hours trying to catch it, but at the end of the day, all he had to show for his efforts was a few treats. The red dot was still nowhere to be found. Whiskers, feeling a little down, took a break and went to sit by the window. He stared out at the birds, thinking about how his job wasn't going as planned. The birds seemed to have it easy, flying around with no one telling them what to do. Just then, his human came over and said, "Whiskers, you're such a good boy. Maybe you should just stick to being a snuggly, adorable cat." Whiskers blinked, a mischievous glint appearing in his eyes. Maybe that was the secret to happiness, being a lap cat. Without wasting a moment, Whiskers jumped into his human's lap, curling up in a perfect circle. He purred loudly, and the human began scratching behind his ears. Whiskers sighed in contentment. This was the life. No work, just cuddles. Whiskers realized that being a lap cat was the perfect job. It offered maximum comfort and zero stress. No deadlines, no emails, just cuddles all day long. He felt like he had finally found his true calling. The next day, Whiskers decided to offer his professional snuggling services to everyone in the house. He made sure no one was ever without a cuddle, curling up on different laps throughout the day. His humans quickly learned that Whiskers' snuggles were the best part of their day. Whiskers was feeling more content than ever before. He had a job that he loved, one that didn't involve chasing lasers or dealing with complicated negotiations. All he needed were some treats and plenty of attention. Every day, Whiskers would curl up on different laps, soaking in all the affection. He even started offering work tips to his humans, like how to nap better or where to place the best treats. Whiskers was becoming quite the expert in relaxation. Life was simple for Whiskers. He had everything he needed: naps, snuggles, and the occasional laser chase for fun. He had discovered that the best job in the world was being himself. One day, Whiskers got a new idea: what if I start a purring for cash business? It was genius. He could charge his humans a few treats per session. After all, his purrs were known to have a calming effect on everyone. Whiskers set up a little purring corner by the window. He would sit there, purring away, while the humans paid him with treats or scratches behind the ears. Before long, Whiskers had a steady stream of customers. His neighbors were stopping by just to experience the calming magic of his purrs. His business was ahead. Whiskers wasn't asking for much, just enough treats to fill his food bowl and a few new toys to chase. Life was good. He had everything he needed and more, all while offering the best service in town: soothing purrs and cozy cuddles. One afternoon, Whiskers spent hours organizing his toy box. He carefully arranged his stuffed mice, his favorite ball, and even his scratcher. His humans were so impressed with his newfound organizational skills that they gave him a special title: Chief Toy Organizer. Whiskers wore his new title with pride, knowing he was now both a professional snuggler and a toy organizer. He had two very important jobs, and he was doing them with the utmost care and dedication. Despite his growing list of responsibilities, Whiskers always remembered to take breaks. Naps were always a priority. After all, he knew that without proper rest, he wouldn't be able to perform his duties as well. One particularly warm afternoon, Whiskers curled up on his favorite sunny spot by the window and sighed contentedly. He stretched out and thought, maybe being a cat is the best job after all. No work stress, no deadlines, just naps, snuggles, and the occasional laser chase. As his humans called him over to offer a fresh bowl of treats and a cozy blanket, Whiskers purred in approval. This was the life he had always dreamed of: simple, peaceful, and full of love. From then on, Whiskers didn't worry about finding a real job. His days were filled with everything he needed: love, relaxation, and the occasional purr for cash. He was the happiest cat in the world. Whiskers had learned an important lesson: sometimes, the best job is the one where you can be your true, adorable self, surrounded by love and affection. Whiskers was content. knowing that he had found the secret to life. Well, Whiskers certainly found his perfect job, didn't he? If you enjoyed Whiskers' journey, make sure to leave a pawsome thumbs up and subscribe for more adorable tales. And don't forget to share this video with your friends, because who doesn't love a good laugh and a cozy cuddle? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next furry adventure. Meow.